Every year, sharks bite around 70 people worldwide. Of those 70 attacks, only about 5 are fatal. That's a 93% survival rate. From a shark. An animal with 300 serrated teeth, a bite force of 4,000 pounds per square inch, and a hunger for meat. That sounds like luck until you actually think about it. You're not escaping. You can't outswim a shark. You can't outfight a shark. Most victims don't even see the shark coming before the first bite. And yet, in almost every recorded attack, the shark bites once, lets go, and disappears. Why? Why would an apex predator, perfectly designed to kill and eat large mammals, take one bite of a human and decide, no thanks? The answer has nothing to do with mercy, and everything to do with calories. Here's what most people don't realize. Sharks don't have hands. They can't poke you, squeeze you, or check if you're edible. They have one way to investigate something unfamiliar in the water. They bite it. That first bite? That's not an attack. That's a taste test. And here's what happens the moment a great white's teeth sink into a human. It gets a mouthful of information, and almost all of it is wrong. You don't taste like food. You taste like a mistake. Sharks, especially great whites, are hunting for fat. Dense, energy-rich blubber. A seal can be 50% body fat. Sea lions up to 40%. That fat is packed with calories. A full-grown seal gives a shark around 4,500 calories in a single meal. A human? You're about 15% body fat on average. Mostly muscle, bone, and water. If a shark fully consumed an adult human, it would get maybe 1,200 calories, and it would have to work through all that low-fat tissue to get it. To a great white shark, biting a human is like biting into a rice cake when you ordered a cheeseburger. It's not that you're poisonous. It's not that you're too tough. You're just not worth the effort. Sharks are ambush predators. They expend massive amounts of energy in a single explosive attack. When a great white breaches the surface to hit a seal, it's burning thousands of calories in seconds, accelerating to over 25 miles per hour from a dead stop. That kind of hunting only works if the payoff is worth it. And the payoff is fat. Blubber. Dense marine mammal tissue that sharks have been eating for millions of years. Humans don't have that. We're terrestrial mammals. Our bodies evolved to walk, run, and sweat, not to insulate against freezing ocean water. We don't carry thick layers of blubber. Our fat is distributed differently, stored internally, wrapped around organs, not concentrated under the skin like a seal. When a shark bites you, it's reading your body composition in real time. The texture, the density, the fat-to-muscle ratio. And within seconds, its brain is doing the math. Is this worth it? And almost every time, the answer is no. Here's where it gets even stranger. Most shark attacks on humans happen in murky water, near the surface, in low light, often involving someone on a surfboard or paddleboard. From below, a human on a surfboard looks exactly like a seal. Same silhouette. Same size. Same erratic paddling motion that mimics a seal's flippers. The shark isn't hunting you. It's hunting what it thinks you are. But the moment it bites, the illusion breaks. Wrong taste. Wrong texture. Wrong fat content. The shark realizes its mistake and leaves. This has been confirmed over and over in attack autopsies. Researchers examining bite patterns found that in most cases, the shark didn't even attempt a second bite. It hit once, released, and vanished. That's not predatory behavior. That's rejection. Now you're probably thinking, but people do die from shark attacks. They do. And here's the brutal truth. Most of those deaths aren't from being eaten. They're from blood loss, shock, or drowning caused by that first investigative bite. A great white doesn't need to eat you to kill you. One bite can sever an artery, take a limb, or cause enough trauma that you can't make it back to shore. The shark didn't want to kill you. But it didn't need to want it. The damage was done in the taste test. In the rare cases where sharks do continue feeding on a human, it's almost always one of two things: extreme hunger, usually in an area where prey is scarce, or a feeding frenzy, where the shark's predatory instincts are so activated by blood and thrashing that it overrides normal selectivity. But statistically, that's the exception, not the rule. Let's put this in perspective. The International Shark Attack File has tracked every confirmed unprovoked shark attack since 1958. Out of thousands of recorded bites, fewer than 10% involved a second bite. In Australia, where great white attacks are studied in extreme detail, researchers found that in 94% of cases, the shark released the victim within 15 seconds. 15 seconds. That's not enough time to consume anything. That's barely enough time to realize you made a mistake. Compare that to how sharks attack actual prey. When a great white takes down a seal, it holds on. It thrashes. It drags it underwater and waits for it to stop moving. It feeds for 10, 20, sometimes 30 minutes. They don't do that to humans. Ever. So the next time you see a headline screaming, "Shark attack," here's what actually happened. A shark, hunting in low visibility, mistook a human for its regular prey. It bit once, realized immediately that this wasn't food, and left. The human survived not because the shark was merciful, but because the shark was disappointed. You're not on the menu. You never were. Sharks have been perfecting their hunting for over 400 million years. They know exactly what they're looking for. And you, with your low-fat, terrestrial mammal body, are not it. Here's the truth that should actually comfort you. Every time you enter the ocean, you're entering a world where you are not the target. You're too bony, too lean, too energetically expensive for an animal that's spent millions of years optimizing for blubber. The ocean's apex predator took one bite and said, "Not interested." You're not prey. You're just disappointing. And honestly, that might be the most humbling and reassuring thing about sharks. They've been here longer than trees, longer than dinosaurs, and in all that time, they've never developed a taste for us. Sleep well. Swim safe. This is IdeaSpark, where we ignite curiosity one idea at a time.